Thanks for joining me for another reading through the Bible in chronological order. And today we are in Job chapter 32, reading from the Christian Standard Bible. And now we hear from Elihu. So these three men quit answering Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, from the family of Ram, became angry. He was angry at Job because he had justified himself rather than God. He also was angry at Job's three friends because they had failed to refute him and yet had condemned him. Now Elihu had waited to speak to Job because they were all older than he, but when he saw that the three men could not answer Job, he became angry. So Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, replied, I am young in years, while you are old. Therefore I was timid and afraid to tell you what I know. I thought that age should speak and maturity should teach wisdom. But it is the Spirit in a person, the breath from the Almighty, that gives anyone understanding. It is not only the old who are wise, or the elderly who understand how to judge. Therefore I say, listen to me. I too will declare what I know. Look, I waited for your conclusions. I listened to your insights as you sought for words. I paid close attention to you, yet no one proved Job wrong. Not one of you refuted his arguments. So do not claim we have found wisdom. Let God deal with him, not man. But Job was not directed or has not directed his argument to me, and I will not respond to him with your arguments. Job's friends are dismayed and can no longer answer. Words have left them. Should I continue to wait now that they are silent, now that they stand there and no longer answer? I too will answer, yes, I will tell what I know, for I am full of words, and my spirit compels me to speak. My heart is like unvented wine. It is about to burst like new wineskins. I must speak so that I can find relief. I must open my lips and respond. I will be partial to no one. And I will not give anyone an undeserved title, for I do not know how to give such titles. Otherwise my Maker would remove me in an instant. But now, Job, pay attention to my speech and listen to all my words. I am going to open my mouth. My tongue will form words on my palate. My words come from my upright heart, and my lips speak with sincerity what they know. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Refute me if you can. Prepare your case against me. Take your stand. I am just like you before God. I was also pinched off from a piece of clay. Fear of me should not terrify you. No pressure from me should weigh you down. Surely you have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard these very words. I am pure without transgression. I am clean and have no iniquity. But he finds reasons to oppose me. He regards me as his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks. He stands watch over all my paths. But I tell you that you are wrong in this matter. Since God is greater than man, why do you take him to court for not answering anything a person asks? For God speaks time and again, but a person may not notice it. In a dream, a vision in the night, when deep sleep comes over people, as they slumber on their beds, he uncovers their ears and terrifies them with warnings, in order to turn a person from his actions and suppress the pride of a person. God spares his soul from the pit, his life from crossing the river of death. A person may be disciplined on his bed with pain and constant distress in his bones, so that he detests bread and his soul despises his favorite food. His flesh wastes away to nothing, but his unseen bones stick out. He draws near to the pit and his life to the executioners, if there is an angel on his side, one mediator out of 1,000, to tell a person what is right for him, and to be gracious to him and say, spare him from going down to the pit, I have found a ransom. Then his flesh will be healthier than in his youth, and he will return to the days of his youthful vigor. He will pray to God, and God will delight in him, that a person will see his face with a shout of joy, and God will restore his righteousness to him. He will look at men and say, I have sinned and perverted what was right. I did not get what I deserved. He redeemed my soul from going down to the pit, and I will continue to see the light. God certainly does all these things 2 or 3 times to a person in order to turn him back from the pit, so he may shine with the light of life. Pay attention, Job, and listen to me. Be quiet, and I will speak. But if you have something to say, answer me. Speak, for I would like to justify you. If not, then listen to me. Be quiet, and I will teach you wisdom. I'm sorry. I think I've done the reading for today, 32 through 34. So, Elihu will continue tomorrow. But the uniqueness about Elihu is, number one, he isn't identified as a friend. He speaks of the 3 friends of Job, doesn't include himself. And Elihu says, I just was ready to blow that I was not able to speak. He keeps saying that the maturity and the wise, they should have understood, they should have answered you, Job, but they didn't, and so now I will. So there's probably intention on the part of the book to show us that sometimes age does fail to provide the wisdom needed. It also shows sometimes youth may be impatient with acquiring the right wisdom. But here's the point that we begin to see as all of this unfolds, is that while Job is said by God to have said nothing wrong, Job isn't always fair with his friends. And certainly his friends are not fair with Job. Because when we suffer in this world, none of us can explain it all. All we can do is trust God. And that's the story of Job. So join me again tomorrow as we continue with Elihu, and I hope that you have a great day.